Hello, my name is Semi. I'm currently an Assistant Advisor for the Leadership and Talent team at Te Kaumataho Public Service Commission. I attended the Women in Public Service Summit earlier this year. One of the key speakers there was Minnie Baragwanath, and she really inspired me. She's the Chief Possibility Officer for the Global Centre of Possibility. Google it. I had to. She showed her courageous journey and represented herself as a strong leader, and I'm also here to give courageous a go. I want to talk to you about inclusion. We know it's beneficial for many aspects of our work to practice inclusion. When diversity and inclusion comes up on the agenda, it may seem daunting, even intimidating. Maybe there's a little voice in our heads asking if we're doing enough or not enough. The other perspective is it's up to an organisation and the higher powers to steer diversity and inclusion. However, I don't think it's rocket science. The reality is it starts with you. I'm fortunate that in my role in public service, diversity and inclusion is a key focus. I have noticed that we record diversity stats such as ethnicity, age, and pronouns. However, what we can't seem to capture that well yet is the inclusion piece. Maybe that's because we all have a different perspective on inclusion, and we've all experienced different levels of inclusion and exclusion. In my experience, it seems everyone has good intentions for inclusion, but they don't often take the opportunity to act on them. Inclusion requires active action. As recipients of a gesture, we will gauge if it's genuine or not. To be truly inclusive, you have to be genuine and you have to act on it. To become more inclusive, we need to show vulnerability. When we connect with people on their level, we make ourselves vulnerable but gain a different perspective. When I heard Minnie at the Women's Summits, she showed vulnerability, sharing her triumphs and challenges. I connected with her immediately, partly because we are both visually impaired. Until then, I often painted myself in a negative light, thinking I was on a lone path. I felt moved that someone I don't even know showed such vulnerability so others could see her perspective. If we were more ourselves, or perhaps just a little more vulnerable, I think we would be more inclusive. Being inclusive isn't a new concept, but it can be challenging. The good thing is, inclusion is contagious. The sooner we realize including other voices and views helps us in many ways, the more curious and inclusive we become. I have Minnie to thank for making me more curious about other people's experiences, and now I'm passing my courage and curiosity to you. Ngā mihi nui.